everyone. If you have not had a chance to check out the last video that's talking about the campaign that we really want you to join in and take a part in, please check out that video first. This video is the explanation of why we are creating the campaign and what we are doing with the proceeds from the campaign. I am joined today by a very good friend named Kiiy.
Hi.
Who just got back from Haiti.
Yes.
About 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. And she is going to share with us firsthand what she experienced in Haiti. All right, so we're just going to jump right in it. First, why did you all go to Haiti?
Well, we went to Haiti. The initial idea was from one of our members in our group. So I'm a part of this group called the Awareness Movement. And what it is that we kind of like, we consider ourselves like a progressive group. Right. We talk about social issues that pertain to African Americans, the Black community. But the good news about it is a lot of us, or most of the people in the group, the individuals in the group, are actually in entertainment. So it's really nice to know that we have some social, political, conscious people on that, in that spectrum.
Exactly.
In entertainment. So we just started to come up with different ideas. Now, one of the gentlemen in the group is actually Haitian. And he was I think it was like maybe sometime last year, he was sharing with us just how it is in Haiti and his experience, and how a lot of Haitian Americans really don't like to go back to Haiti because they're just as programmed as we are, just the same way we were programmed about Africa.
Right.
About it being, oh, you don't want to go there, you'll get this and that and this and that, about it being a wasteland. Right. They have the same negative interpretation about Haiti.
Right.
So he was like, my dad was like scared, he didn't want me to go back, but when he finally went, not this time, but he went a time prior, he was just amazed at how beautiful the country was, how amazing the people are, and just how much potential the country has. So we were like, dude, right after and this was like somewhere, like last year, it was like somewhere after the hurricane, we were like, we want to go down there and offer aid. We know a lot of people that go down there, they go down there to try to exploit the people, or use the funds to do other things, or give a little bit of help and then maybe pocket most of that for themselves.
Exactly.
So we don't want to do that. We want to actually be on the ground floor, giving them aid and helping them.
Right.
So we proposed going to Haiti. Like, let's just go. So originally it started out with, it was supposed to be like maybe like 10 of us, because we thought that it was going to be more of like a physical trip where we have to go and we're like lifting stuff, or like, but once we realized after doing much research, we're like, no, let's just go out there and kind of just scope it out, do a little bit of recon, and see exactly what the Haitians need.
Right.
And let's not go out there and be colonists. Like, oh, this is what you need. Like, no, how about we go and talk to the people and ask them what they need?
Exactly.
Because they may not need what we think that they need. That's very arrogant to assume that I know what you need. No, let's ask.
Right.
So we decided just to do like a trip. We don't call it a mission trip because it's not a religious, thing. It's just more so we're just Black people of African descent. We want to help other people of African descent.
Right.
So we decided to plan the trip, and it was funny because it wasn't an easy process.
Right.
It took a lot for us to get to there. Only because there were several members in the group that were very concerned. Again, that first world thinking, do they have water?
Yeah.
Do they have, are you gonna get caught? And one of the members in the group was like, oh, you might get bodied out there. Like, you gotta watch your back. You know what I mean? So, and we get it. Wow. You know what I mean? Like, just the perceptions we have. And when I tell you that when we went there, it was the complete opposite.
Wow. The
people are absolutely beautiful.
What was your experience when you got there?
So my initial experience was I wasn't scared.
Right.
I have this thing where I purposely have retrained my mind to dispel any negative beliefs I have about African people.
Right.
Sometimes even to my own detriment.
But
I retrain my mind to, no, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
No, I'm going to assume, I'm going to give you a fair shot.
Right.
Until you show me something different, I'm going to assume the best.
And that's good, because our notions oftentimes don't come from us.
Exactly.
Right. That's very good.
And once we see those things played out, it's like, oh wow, look at all the stuff that I've been trained. Look at all the stuff I've been taught. So from the moment we got off the plane, we went through customs. And Haiti is actually the first country I've been to outside of the United States. I've been to Hawaii, which is definitely still a part of the United States, but this is like the first out of the country experience I've had.
Right.
So that was exciting for me altogether. I didn't know what to expect, but I was like, I don't care. I'm just going to go there. I'm going to be open.
Right.
So just getting off the plane, from the moment I came there, the people were welcoming. We actually had an amazing host. His name was Jay. He speaks fluent Creole, so that kind of helped us a lot.
Right.
So we ended up staying originally we ended up staying in Port-au-Prince, and there's a small place in there, I think somewhere near there or in there, called Petiteville, and that's where we stayed. We had to drive through the city, and when I tell you, from the moment we got off the plane, the children, like they're like, you'll see like a lot of children, they were coming from school or going to school.
Right.
You just see like the pride that people take in their clothing. Everybody had on like really nicely pressed uniforms, and they're smiling at you. And my head is out the window like a dog. I'm just so excited to be here. I'm like, oh my God, because it's really overwhelming to be in a country where everybody is black.
Right. Oh my gosh.
Like, ain't no white folks out here. You know what I mean? You might see a few, and it was stressful.
I mean, we get that in a couple communities in America, but not like that.
Not like that, where everybody is black and everybody is cool. Everybody is smiling. Like, I'm literally smiling at everybody, like, you know, hey, how you doing? And they're smiling back. They're welcoming. They're loving.
Right.
So I remember we ended up driving through, and like the first day, like I said, we had an amazing host, and he made sure that we were able to see different parts of the city.
Right.
Because what he wanted is, he didn't want us to have that negative perception.
Right.
He wanted to show us how beautiful the country was.
Right.
We went to several different places. So like I said, we started off in Port-au-Prince. So we were there for a week.
Right.
We started off in Port-au-Prince. We drove into North Haiti, which is Jacmel. Jacmel is more of like the touristy part. You know, they have like the beaches, the resorts, the etc. It's beautiful.
Right.
And then we actually went all the way up to Cap Haitien, which is where the Citadel is, and that's where like most of Haiti's history is.
Right.
But just overall, my experience was amazing.
Right.
There were some times where I did get emotional, because I saw a lot of similarities to a lot of the things that we here as African descended people deal with here in the States.
Right.
They're dealing with the exact same thing.
Like what? What's some examples?
One example is poverty.
Right.
You could drive through Haiti and see like black men, chronic unemployment.
Right.
You'll see black men just kind of standing out, and it's like they're not lazy, they're looking for opportunities.
Right.
They look like they're waiting. Like if somebody, it's kind of like you see like a lot of like our Mexican brothers and sisters, they might be standing out and they might be looking for work like in front of a Home Depot. It's kind of like that same thing, like they're looking for opportunities. So just like chronic poverty, you have a lot of people maybe looking to you because you are an American black person. They automatically look at you as having something.
Right.
So they will come up and ask like, hey. But one thing about Haitian people that I really loved is the pride.
Right.
They wanted it to be to where, don't give me anything, let me do something for you, and then you give me something.
Right.
So even if like you smoking a cigarette and I come light your cigarette, okay, I need a tip for that.
Right.
But it's like I did something for you, I offered you a service.
I'm not just
out here begging.
Right.
Exactly, and that's what it is. It's like they were so helpful, they wanted to do, but you definitely did notice that there were poverty, and that the country in and of itself is just lacking in a lot of opportunities and resources, but the people are so talented. When you go through, you'll see like a lot of like unfinished homes. So it look like there'll be like half-built houses, like you'll see like different architecture, and you have men out there, these just immensely talented men just building houses from the ground up.
Wow.
Like, you know how they whole thing like, oh girl, I don't want my man to build me a house. They will really build you a house.
Literally.
They will literally build your house. So it's not like they're lacking in talent, but it's just like if you don't have the resources, you know, like okay, you can't finish the house.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we may have the skeleton, okay, we got to insulate it, we got to put some windows in there, okay? Right. So it's like you have all these unfinished projects. So it's like the country has what it needs if the people who were there, the people who have the power to change it, were really vested in changing things.
Right.
So poverty was one of them. Another thing was religion. I think that was one that devastated me the most, that in the midst of all this chronic poverty, people are still praising God. People are still finding a reason to shout and scream hallelujah. And there was this one image that particularly startled me, because we're in the countryside of Haiti at this point.
Right.
So we're not even in like the touristy part. We're in like the deep country. And they have like a lot of these buses. So one of the ways that the Haitians, they make money, or that they find jobs, they have like taxis.
Right.
So they have like these little like motorbikes, like dirt bikes type things, kind of give an idea. And what they'll do is like people who actually do work in the city or whatever, they'll come by and they'll pick you up, or if you're coming from school, whatever, you pay them, and then they'll drive you to your home or wherever you stay.
Right.
And they also have buses that are the same way. And there was this one bus, and there was like this big European on the back with the name Jesus over it, because obviously I don't acknowledge that as Jesus.
Right, exactly.
It was just like a European, you know, the typical hippie, you know, European, and it said like "Merci Jesus," which means "Thank you Jesus" in Creole. And I was just like, we are in
the backwoods of Haiti.
are in the backwoods of Haiti. This is a 90%, 95% Black African Haitian country.
Right.
And we got this big, and we still have this white deity
that we worship. Right.
On Sunday. We are in the midst of chronic poverty. Do you hear me? And when I say chronic poverty, the reason why I have to stress that is because it really breaks my heart because it's like here in the States, it's like the worst place you can live if you're from LA is probably like in the hood, in Watts. Right. You know what I mean? Watts was probably considered, I don't consider it the bottom of the barrel, but socially, people have come to identify Watts as being the bottom of the barrel, the projects or whatever. Right. But even in the projects, you have lighting. Right. You have roofing. Right. You have a floor. Right. Running water. You have running water. Right. You have these things. In Haiti, the bottom of the barrel is sleeping under a tarp. Your floor is dirt. You have no walls. You have no insulation. Wow. Like, if it rains, it just rains all in your place. Like, that's just how it is. When the wind blows, it just blow, like that's just how it is. Like there is no and there was like when you go into like the deep part of Haiti, there are literally like 100 years behind us. Right. So meaning bathrooms, no ma'am. Right. And like you'll see them, like I remember I saw this little boy, he was doing his homework, and he was like literally like using a stick to like kind of like draw in the sand. Mm-hmm. And they'll like use like they'll literally use like rocks and pebbles to count. I saw a little girl. It looks like she had kind of made her some high heels, so she was like playing with her sister. Right. And she had took like it looked like a tinfoil can, and it looked like they cut it in half, and she put each of those halves under the heels of her feet to make high heels. And I remember like we were somewhere out by the beach. I forget exactly where we were. And we were eating, and there was this young man up there, and he was selling, like, I asked him, I was like, how old are you? I told Jay to translate, like, how old? He said he was 17, and he's selling he was selling Pringles, and I bought everything from everybody. Right. Like I'm supporting my people, like whatever. Of course the Haitian dollar is different, so they use Haitian goud. It's called Haitian goud, and it translates. So I think it's like maybe for every $1 US is 67 Haitian goud. Okay. So if you want to know how to translate, you'll take whatever the US currency is and divide it by 67, and then that's what it's translated to them. So I'm buying everything. I'm like, we're buying everything because we want to obviously support. Right. And I remember he was just following me, because we were walking back to the car, and I think I bought, because we were waiting on our food. Now they make everything fresh for you, right? So it's like this Haitian joke, like all of that, getting your food in 5 or 10 minutes, like we do in America. No, ma'am. You can expect to wait in Haiti about an hour and a half, maybe sometimes 45 minutes, an hour for your food, right? Because they make everything fresh. That's good. And it is, and the food is amazing. Like you can taste the difference. Mm-hmm. Because I remember we went to this one place. It's like at the tail end of Haiti, and we had like fresh fish. Now I'm vegan in America, but girl, when I went to Haiti, I was not vegan. Okay, I was eating goat. I know that's right. I was eating fish. They tried to get me to eat the fish with the eyes, but I was like, I'm not eating the fish with the eyes. They was like, I have before. But see, so you would have fit right in. They just covered up and like, don't look at me, because what I'm about to do to you. They was like, that's a delicacy, and the Haitian, because everybody that I went with were Haitian. They were like first generation Haitians, right? Except for Jay. Jay was born in Haiti, and he came to America, but everybody was first generation Haitian. So like, a kid, they were calling me a colonist because I was asking for tartar sauce. I was like, look, we eat fish with tartar sauce. So again, I had to like check myself, like, and Jay had to explain to me like a kid, like certain condiments we don't have here. Like I'm like, well, y'all have ketchup, y'all have ranch. He's like, I know. He was like, you can eat those with other things. Tartar sauce normally is specifically for fish. I was like, bruh, whatever. Yeah, we still got to run it through. We still got to run it through, right? We still got it, and like I said, I was there for it. But the food was amazing. So back to the story. So we were like literally on the beach. So we were waiting for our food, and they ordered like crab, lobster. No, not crab. Lobster, fish, and then conch. Conch is like squid. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't. Yeah. So we were waiting, and like we literally had been waiting for our food for like maybe an hour and a half. Wow. So the men obviously were grumpy. They were, we hungry to die. So and I was hungry too. So this young man comes, and he's like, he has Pringles. I'm like, yeah, I want some Pringles. Like, I'm hungry. Let's just eat these Pringles. So I bought maybe like 4 cans of Pringles. So he just kept coming around like, you want some more Pringles? You want some mangoes? You want this? And I was just like, no, sweetie. I was like, that's it. I bought enough Pringles. Right. But it's pitch black. It had rained hard. Right. Like out of nowhere, it just starts raining hard. So everybody kind of they're used to it. They'll just go under like a little shed. And it's like the genius is it just goes to show you that when you have only a little bit, it forces your creativity. Right. So they're like creative geniuses over there. Like the things that they use to like to be innovative,
Right.
it's amazing.
Right.
So the little boy comes over, he's talking to me, and I'm just like, I was like, yeah, you know, how old are you? And he was like, I'm 16. And I was like, wow. I was like, this is what you do? He was like, yeah. He was like, you know, I sell these. He was like, you know, I have to support my family.
Right.
And I was just like, wow. And I was mad because I was like, wow, over in America, we make so many excuses.
Yeah.
You know, I can't get no job. I can't. And here's just like, he's created a job.
Right.
In a country where the employment rate is probably 80 or 90%. Unemployment is probably 80 or 90%. He's created a job.
Right.
So he follows me to the car. He was like, yo, can I have your shoes? He's like, your shoes are nice. And I was like, sweetie, if it wasn't raining, I would give you my shoes. I was like, but I don't have no other shoes.
Right.
But I told Jay the translator, I was like, tell him that I love him. I'm really proud of him.
Right.
Because I respect the fact that he's out here grinding. It's pitch black out here, making a hustle. And he's not making excuses. He's like, I'm selling Pringles, I'm selling this, I'm selling that.
Right.
And those were some of the things that I admired about the men.
Right.
These men have nothing.
Right.
Like, literally almost nothing. And they have created their own economy.
Right.
Fixing tires, I remember we got, because of the roads, like I said, are unpaved, we got a flat tire, like maybe we got like 3 or 4 flat tires.
Right.
They work with their hands. They build in houses.
Right.
I remember we stopped on the side of the road, and what they did was, in order for them to find the hole that was in the tire, they did something I've never seen before. I know here what we'll do is we'll like submerge the tire in water to find the air bubble. Yeah. But what they did is they just like took some water and they just kind of just like rubbed it on the tire so they can see where the bubbles released.
Right.
And I was just like, wow.
Kiiy, tell me a little bit about. I remember I was hearing about like the lost cities, the youth in Haiti.
Yes. So, like I said, a lot because of the earthquake, after the tsunami. I mean, there's like tsunamis every year in Haiti, but after the earthquakes, a lot of these children lost their parents. Right. So, like I said, and the parents are aware that, hey, my time here might be limited. So, like I said, they train them at a very young age to have the understanding that, look, you have to be self-sufficient because I may not always be here.
Right.
So there are entire cities in Haiti where there's just nothing but children. Like, parentless children, just taking care of themselves, just kind of fending for themselves. One thing that really, and it always gets me emotional when I think about it, is when we were on our way to the Citadel. At the bottom of the Citadel, it's like this open space, and like I said, it takes 2 hours to get from in the middle of the city to get to the baseline to get to the Citadel. Right. So the baseline is like it's like a little open area or whatever, and you meet there. You can either hike up to the Citadel, which takes about maybe 45 minutes, right, or they offer you where they have kind of some of the natives will let you ride a horse up to the Citadel.
Right.
I took a horse. I was not about to hike up to the Citadel, no ma'am.
She keeping it real.
I took a horse, and they teased me. I was like, "Look at you looking like a colonist," and I did. I was like, on my horse, like. Yes, but it was a beautiful experience. Right. And they have these children, like I said, and it's nothing but children. It's just nothing but children. Like it's overwhelming because it's like these are, and when I say children, I'm not talking about like teenagers. I'm talking about like 11, 12, like preteens, like young kids out here. Just like I remember this young boy was sharing with me, and he was like, Miss. He was like, you know, we're not pressuring you for tips, but he was like, the only way that we get anything is when the tourists come here. He was like, so whatever you can give, he said, like, I'm the man in my house, like I support my family. Wow. And he was saying, wow. He was like, you know, I help my friend here, you know, we split the tips, so whatever you give us, I'll split with him. But he was like, whatever you can give us, you know, will really help, you know, because he said, like, we kind of wait on y'all to come here because without you guys, we wouldn't have any other opportunities. And I was just like, okay. So we go up to the Citadel. He's walking me, so he's the one who's like it's like 2 of them. They kind of guide the horse so you don't fall off the damn cliff. So he guides me up to the Citadel, and they'll literally wait for you, make sure that you're okay, and they're so accommodating, they're so sweet. So we stay at the Citadel. In order for you to like tour the whole Citadel, it takes like over an hour because the Citadel is huge, and that's if you're rushing. If you really want to see it, it's going to take longer than that. But it started to rain, and it was really, like I said, it was raining and it was cold, so we didn't really get to see it. That's why I'm going back. I'm going to see it again, but. one of the things I know, one of the other gentlemen that I went with, he was talking to one of the young men, and he was just asking like, yo man, like, so what's up, what do you guys do, he said, oh, we this is what we do, and we try to like help the tourists when they come, and et cetera, et cetera. This was him talking to my other friend. And he was like, where do you guys live? And he was like, parking. And he was like, is that a town in Haiti? He was like, no, parking. And what he was referring to was when the tourists come, what we know as a parking lot, what we understand as a parking lot, he'll hear the tourists say, parking, we're in parking. Maybe if they're on the phone, they'll try to identify as parking. So that's how they identify where they stay. They stay in the parking lot.
Wow.
And excuse me. It's, for me, like the human spirit, like the human spirit that they have in the midst of all that they go through. They don't make excuses. They don't let it tear them down. And like I said, these people are living outside, living in the parking lot, just trying to create opportunity for themselves. But it's like a lot of corruption, and a lot of these groups that go over there to supposedly help them just go over there to exploit the people. Yeah. And it's devastating for me because it's like Haiti, it doesn't take a lot to get Haiti into a position to where they could be self-sufficient. Right. But nobody cares. Right. And everybody goes there for their own selfish reasons. Right. I mean, anytime you have first generation Haitians and Haitian Americans who don't even want to go back to their own damn country, right, how do you expect people who's not Haitian or who has no connection to care when people who are actually, it's like your parents was in the same situation and you don't care. Right. So it's the same sick mentality that we have, where there's some African American people who don't want to go back to Africa because they have that mindset. We've all been brainwashed.
It's very damaging right now.
And it is. And what it does is it's so toxic, because while they're trying to convince you to stay away from these countries, you don't go over there. So that gives them free ways to go over there and just exploit it. Right. And that's what's happening.
Right. Brothers and sisters in other countries, whether it's America or wherever else, how can we help Haiti? How can we help? Because we see a lot of mission groups going over there and we don't know their intent.
Right.
And so for brothers and sisters who are here, and we feel like we don't have a lot, but to hear what some of them don't have, we have something we can give.
Correct.
What's some of the needs in Haiti?
I think some of the needs in Haiti, we just need the people to show up, firstly. We need people that are now, first of all, we need Haitian Americans, first generation Haitian Americans, right, to not be afraid to go back to Haiti.
Right.
We need people to also educate themselves on the history and the culture, so that they can understand why Haiti's in the condition it's in.
Right. Which I think is very important. Let me just pause there. If you guys haven't seen the Haitian video with the great Griot, go and check that out. Our brother Tariq Nasheed is creating the documentary 1804. Yes. We're all excited and waiting for that to come out to find out more history. But it's even other things that you can go out there and look for, especially how the IMF and World Bank exploits Haiti. Yes. Creates it as a service industry. Right. And how they put a lot of the rice farmers out of business, correct, dumping cheap rice over there, and actually causing a lot of the unemployment, what's going on in Haiti. So Haiti has been fighting ever since their independence, not to mention they had to pay reparations back to the French.
Right.
For being free.
For being free.
So, Haiti has a long history of dealing with white supremacy, creating the problems that they have right now. So, make sure you keep that in mind when you're listening to this piece. But, like, for your everyday people, if I can't go over to Haiti, what could I do?
I would say there should be an organization, like maybe a 501c3 or something like that, or maybe even not, maybe just like an independent group of people, right, who would like to put their money together and begin to open up, because what Haiti really needs, they don't need short-term solutions. Right. So for example, food, everybody needs food. Right. Obviously you have to sustain yourself, but that's short-term. Right. Instead of giving them food, how about help them to basically what Haitian people need is they need to be put in a position to empower themselves.
Right.
So for example, I know that there's like this Digicel. That's like their cell phone service. What they've done is that they created like a cell phone network over there, and what they've done is they've employed a lot of Haitian people. Right. So what they did is they created an economic opportunity for them to, because like I said in the beginning, Haitian people, they have a lot of pride. Like, don't give me anything.
Exactly.
Like, it's like the old proverb that says, teach a man to fish.
Right.
If the everyday people, like I said, if there's like a very trustworthy organization that can collect money from people here in the States who are concerned about Haiti, have some type of collection of money where that can be used to create jobs over there. Like, for example, they could use like resource centers for them. They could use like homework centers for their children so that they're not doing their homework on the ground in the sand or in the dirt. Most of these groups that go over there, like you said, are mission groups. And mission groups have a monopoly on what they will and will not do. If you are not spreading the word, they're not going to help you. So it's almost as if you have to take this religion if you want some help. And it's like, no. But they're willing to do that because it's like when you're living in poverty and somebody's like, look, I can take you out of this.
I'm open to it.
If you accept such and such as your this and that and this and that, you'll be open to it. Because you just want to change your circumstances. So what we need is non-religious groups to bring their monies together, bring their resources together, and actually say, okay, look, I can't physically go to Haiti, but my money can go to Haiti.
Okay, so we are doing the campaign, you all. The I'm African Born In, and the purpose for this is to show that we have the same struggle everywhere, we have the same fight everywhere, and each person's victory, we should all be celebrating in that. But also each person's struggle, we should all be partaking in that. So with this campaign, we are starting this year by helping our brothers and sisters in Haiti. What we're going to do is they're going back in August. I may be going with them as the Great Griot, but they're going back in August definitely. And the money that we raise with this campaign, we're going to send it there because I want to send it with the organization that, one, we know they're going over there with the proper intentions. Two, it's grassroots and they're putting their feet on the ground.
Correct.
To make a change. Not just giving it to some organization and hoping it gets somewhere and hoping that they're doing the right thing with the money. We're putting it with some people who are going over there with some black people.
Right.
So they can go over there and create change. And who knows what this may grow into. I love the fact that, you know, to hear that you can open a resource center for $500 a month. $500, you all. That could be 50 people giving, help me with the math, $10?
$10.
But 50 people, you all, giving $10 a month. So that might be something we look at in the future as well. How can we maybe help contribute to a resource center or something like that? Because it doesn't take a lot. And if we put on that communal mindset, then it may be something that we can very well do super easily. But we're going to start with this campaign. Like I said, each shirt that is sold, all the proceeds for this week of the campaign and next month, we are giving it to the organization so that it can go to Haiti to help build for our brothers and sisters over there. Because again, their struggle is our struggle. Their victory is our victory.
That's right.
All right? So one last question for you.
Okay.
You guys are going back in August. If you could just share what you know from that trip right now.
So as far as our August trip, the main goal right now is we're just looking for land and see what is the best place to set up the resource center in. We're thinking about Jacmel, but we have to decide because I would like to honestly do it in Port-au-Prince because I feel like it's, like I said, Jacmel is more touristy, it's more this, is more that. It's a little bit more developed.
Right.
It has a lot of resources.
Right.
Port-au-Prince really doesn't.
Right.
Port-au-Prince, because it is the capital, it's highly populated. So everybody goes there for whatever they think they can get that's accessible to trade, to do this, to do that. And for me, I think it'll be better there. But the goal for this next trip is to see where's the best place to actually open the resource center. And then from there, see how we can get the architects and all of that to begin building the resource center. But that's where we're going to start. So right now, like I said, we're just scaling different places. We went all throughout Haiti, which is beautiful. So we got a lot done on this past trip. So we kind of have an idea. Like I said, they say Jacmel because Jacmel, and I think that's that first world thing again because it's like, oh, Jacmel is just... It's Jacmel, but I'm like one of the people who's just like, no, take me to the hood,
right,
you know, take me to the places where
they needed the most,
you know, where there have been most disadvantaged. So, like I said, we meet every Thursday. The awareness movement meet every Thursday, and we talk about things like this. And once we decide, our goal is to have it decided by the middle of June, to decide, okay, where exactly we want to open up the center. and then from there we'll decide, okay, how we're going to build it, what things we're going to have. And mainly what we want to do is we want to also kind of make it very similar to Christoph's Resource Center, and make it to where it is a like some type of trade.
Right.
So in addition to whatever, because they have regular schooling in Haiti to where they have like their K through 12, their basic curriculum, but we want to do some type of trade to where they can use these skills and harness these skills to take with them
and teach a trade that even could help build the country.
Exactly.
You know. Well, you all, I'm going to say it one more time. Check out the campaign, support the campaign, buy one of these shirts or one of the other shirts that we have posted on the website. All of the profit is going to Haiti.
And it goes a long way. It goes a long way in Haiti.
A long way, and is going to an organization where the intentions are correct. All right?
Yes.